Every baseball game is a Pandora's box waiting to be opened. The lack of a time limit coupled with the near endless possibilities allow for some of the most bizarre moments in the history of sports that leave us all in complete awe. For instance, on March 21st, 2001, Randy Johnson threw a baseball very hard in the direction of the catcher's glove, something that he had done thousands, if not millions of times prior to that day. But unbeknownst to him, one particular mourning dove was going on a bit of a morning glide. Unfortunately, after the infamous pitch was thrown, it would be Randy Johnson who was mourning the dove. Since there was no rule for what happens if an animal dives in front of the ball, the umpires ruled it a no pitch, then had the crime scene cleared. 8 years later, following his retirement, Johnson would go on to start a photography business with a logo in remembrance of the feathery incident. On the topic of projectiles traveling very fast in a particular direction, October 3rd, 1992 was a day where Dave Holst had a bone to pick with the California Angels. In his fourth at-bat on a night where he had gone 2 for 3, he hit the first pitch he saw directly into the Angels' dugout. No worries though, he was just making sure they were awake over there. After the second time though, no chance they were still sleeping. Let me tell you, these are some brave men right over here, but on that day, Dave Holst had a vendetta against bravery.
Great with the 0-2 pitch, same spot almost.
Finally, when everybody was properly bunched up on the left side of the dugout, Holst sent one more message just for good measure. Perhaps he was just getting his revenge on the team for wasting 2 generational talents at the same time 30 years in advance. But time-traveling conspiracy theories aside, this is the face of a man who has accomplished his mission. Speaking of missions, it was the life goal of a player named Vladimir Guerrero to swing at everything and anything no matter what. High pitch, low pitch, fast pitch, slow pitch, he didn't care. And in case you doubted his strategy, just take a look at his baseball reference page. On one day in 2009, he got what is perhaps the most legendary hit of all time, on a ball that bounced a foot in front of the plate. The left fielder, probably still mesmerized by whatever the hell had just happened, decided to throw the ball away, allowing a run to score and Guerrero to advance to second.
Further proof of what everyone says about him, he can hit anything
you throw
that's
up there.
close enough to the plate to get the bat on.
There are just some things in the sport of baseball that are meant to happen and make the game what it is. Like for instance, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned pitcher-umpire kerfuffle? In Jake Peavy's mind, it was quite simple. You call no swing, I call you blind. But Buster Posey didn't realize that his pitcher was in the middle of berating the umpire, so he threw the ball back anyways. Somehow, it managed to find the glove, and after everybody got the chance to be surprised and shocked for a second, Peavy went right back to his duty. Sometimes, however, there's a delay due to someone not performing their duty. At one particular Diamondbacks game in 2013, the people in the audio room managed to press the wrong button at the wrong time. Call him the defibrillator because he just kickstarted the heart of everybody in attendance, especially the pitcher. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Pedro Martinez was the most elite pitcher of all time. In 2000, he won the Cy Young by having as many wins above replacement as the next 3 pitchers combined. So perhaps you could understand why his opponents might have wanted to water him down a little bit. Well, on June 2nd, 2005, the Mets finally activated their secret weapon, the sprinklers. The catch, of course, is that Pedro was playing for the Mets. Now, a team sabotaging its star player is quite counterintuitive, but a player sabotaging his bat is just another day at the ballpark. At least it seemed that way after Jerry Sands broke his bat on the second pitch of an at-bat. Just look at those splinters fly. The first sign of something being out of the ordinary was when he broke his new bat 2 pitches later. No worries though, this is pro baseball. They've got enough Mabel to put Canada out of business. So after being handed a third bat, Sands stepped into the box, then proceeded to hit a single to score the go-ahead run. But of course, not without breaking his bat once again. Come on Tampa Bay, I know his name is Sands, but give the man a bat made of wood. Max Muncy clearly had a bat made of wood when he drove this pitch way over Albert Almora Jr.'s head in center field, but on that day, the net chose violence. What a way to rub some salt in the wound. But hey, it could have been worse. Just ask Jose Canseco. Here's a fun fact, Carlos Martinez had 5 home runs in 1993, but he would have had 4 if not for Canseco's lack of coordination in the outfield. In case you haven't already figured it out, baseball is a dangerous sport. You got projectiles flying everywhere and anywhere. You even have pitchers projectile vomiting on the mound, but perhaps none are quite as dangerous as the infamous flying bat. Here's a clip of Buster Posey launching his to get caught in the newly installed net. Sometimes there isn't even a net to protect the fans, but the ones who are right in the line of fire are the players. Occasionally, however, there's a savior in the form of a 5'10", 190-pound infielder named Luis Guillorme. I have never seen a man so confident, cool, and collected with a large stick of death flying right at him. Unfortunately, Javi Baez was none of those things on this play, but come on, is that really his fault? I'll let you be the judge. But everybody knows there's only one judge, Aaron Judge. I'll never pass up the opportunity for a good transition, so why not show you something that still boggles my mind. It was the bottom of the ninth, a tie game between the Red Sox and the Yankees, and Judge stepped up to the plate looking for his 61st home run of the season to tie Roger Maris's record. On a 2-2 count, he drove one deep to center. The camera zoomed out like the ball was landing over the batter's eye, only for Kike Hernandez to make a routine catch at the warning track. A closer look at this drive tells us that it was hit at 113 miles per hour with a 35-degree launch angle. Here's a clip of Mike Zunino hitting a ball with the same exit velocity and launch angle, but it went 466 feet. As a matter of fact, in the StatCast era, 30 balls have been hit with very similar parameters to Judge's, and 28 were home runs. Alas, it was a cold, windy night in the Bronx that prevented Aaron Judge from hitting a storybook home run that would make Disney jealous. As I looked back through all of his home runs over the 2022 season, I began to notice a trend. Each time he would hit a ball over the wall, he used a baseball bat, and that got me thinking, are there any home runs that don't conform to the norm? Well, in September of 2012, Mike Morse hit a deep drive to right field that very nearly cleared the bases, but instead it bounced back on the field for what appeared to be an easy double. Unfortunately, the runner on second had other plans, and the moment of realization hit Morse like a train, or better yet, a glove to the back. Upon closer inspection, however, the ball very clearly bounced over the fence and back onto the field, which created a bit of an awkward situation. After further deliberation, the umpires came up with a genius solution. Have Morse go backwards through the bases until he got to home plate, swing an imaginary bat, and re-round the bases. His teammates didn't know whether to be excited or confused, but regardless, that gave the Nats a 4-run lead in the first inning, and they went on to win 6-4. You know what? Let's just take a second to appreciate the lifeblood of Major League Baseball, the cameras. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to watch Bartolo Colon hit a home run. But some players don't appreciate the limelight as much as others. In August of 2021, Jose Altuve sent a foul ball straight at the lens of this unsuspecting camera, utterly shattering it. I can't lie though, this shot right here is a poetic demonstration of the Astros following the cheating scandal, so I can't be too mad. I can, however, be mad at a fan for being a nuisance and storming the field. Fortunately for security, a left fielder in the form of Matt Diaz was there for the assist. I bet this guy thought he could chroma key in real life, but all he got was a key to spend the night in the slammer. Unfortunately, no amount of teamwork could have prevented this squirrel from stopping the game, and my god did it go on one hell of a journey. It started by strolling into the Twins dugout, then it disappeared from sight, but it was far from gone. 4 innings later, the squirrel reappeared and ran right between Max Kepler's legs, then went on to terrorize the White Sox dugout. Soon enough, it found a new home behind the tarp, but before the players even got a chance to bring it housewarming gifts, it jumped into the stands, then back onto the field. As it was lining the outfield wall, it appeared to be checkmate for the squirrel, but a convenient hole allowed for an easy escape. Squirrel 2, player 0. You know what squirrels can't do? Call balls and strikes, but I can, and I'll prove it. Ball.
Ball. Well, I don't know.
Ball.
Psychologist. 1-2 pitch to chew.
Strike.
Watch Zach Greinke.
Strike. Ball. Strike 3. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, press the buttons. I dare you.